Welcome to another episode of the Camilita Podcast. This is where you learn to live like a champion. On today's episode, I want to talk about building a profitable side hustle. So welcome to the Camilita Podcast. If you're looking for support and you're needing help in building your side hustle, then all you need to do is visit Global Champions Club. That's my club where we have a group of very successful coaches that are teaching you what to do to build a global brand or a profitable side hustle. Very simple, Global Champions Club. So all you need to do is go to Camilita.club, really simple, and join our club. From just $9.97, you will get information and training to help you build a profitable side hustle. Again, just go to Camilita.club. Right, now then, let's talk about building a profitable side hustle. Now, today, we know this is a U economy, okay? Everybody call it whatever economy, they call it the U economy, the gig economy, just everybody's calling it something. And it is building a side hustle. In the past, the word side hustle was a very bad, negative word. Today, the word side hustle, everybody knows what that is. Even companies allow their staff, some staff, to have a side hustle within reason, okay? So it's not a bad thing if you're building a side hustle. However, if you do want to do it, here are some tips that you can do to make sure that you are profitable. Because I know a lot of people think that they want to start a business, but then they end up owning a job. You know, I've had so many people over the last couple of months, in particular, I've been putting out ads for new staff and new members of staff. And there are so many people that applied and they all had a side hustle that somehow didn't work. So I would look at the profile on LinkedIn, and the profile had, they are doing this or they're doing that, but then they were applying for a job with us. And I thought, well, why are you applying for a job when you clearly have a side hustle? And I would ask the question, if you have a side hustle, why aren't you making money doing it? Why? And they would always say, well, you know, the pandemic, or they'll say, you know, they sort of lost clients, or some of them lost interest altogether. And they would say, this is why they're applying for a job. And I just sort of couldn't understand it. But I want to talk about what to do if you have a side hustle or thinking of starting a side hustle to make sure that it is profitable so that you don't end up in debt, which is what happens with a lot of people. Now, there is good debt and there's bad debt. We all know that. Good debt is to buy investments that will generate you a residual income. Bad debt is where you're constantly putting yourself out to become somebody that you're not. Okay, so we don't want bad debt. We're talking about good debt if you are wanting to do that. But building a side hustle for most people, and there are different side hustles. You've got network marketing, you've got selling on Amazon, you've got, you know, creating a product and, you know, selling that at the side on the evenings when you finish work, not during your work hours. So there's so much that you can do, and there's so much that you can do that you don't have to spend a lot of money to start. Most of them, especially online, is you got drop shipping, you got so many things that you don't have to even spend a penny to even get started. Your job is to find sort of what works for you so that it makes sense to you into your pocket, and it makes sense to your family life and your job situation and everything else that's going on. Or you'll probably have a side hustle wanting to start another one. So here are some tips that you need to do to make sure you have a profitable side hustle. Number one, look and see if it's been done before. Has it been done before? Has someone else done it? Where has it been done? Is it something that you're trying to sell or something to do better than someone else? Just do your due diligence first before just dashing out there and not knowing what you're doing. That's number one. Number two, count the cost, because there will be a cost of some sort. Whether it's a physical cost in time or it's a cost in money, there will be some sort of cost. Okay, a living is made from 9 to 5. A fortune is made after 5. It's going to be cost in time. That's number two. Number three, what I said just now, be prepared to do the work. A living is made from 9 to 5. A fortune is made after 5. Be prepared to do the work, because you will work and you will have to work and you got no choice. You're gonna have to work. And you're gonna have to work to get it done. And the work initially will be hard, but it's gonna be so worth it in the end. That's number three. Number four, and this one is so crucial. Make sure you have a clear, defined launch date. I have an ebook called How to Launch Your Big Idea. If any of you want it, go to camilitashop.com and you can get that ebook. To get 3 chapters free, just go to camilita.com and click on free resources. You'll get 3 chapters free there. And if you want the whole ebook, go to camilitashop.com and you can buy the ebook there. But be very clear. When are you going to launch that business? What date? What time? Who is going to be there to help you, support you? And all of that is in the ebook as well. What are you going to do in order to make it happen? This is your plan. This is your goal. This is what you've got to do in order to make it happen, in order to create the life and business of your dreams. You've got to make sure you have a launch date when it's going to happen, this new side hustle. Okay, that's number 4. Number 5, and I think for so many people that I've coached that has a side hustle, you need to be clear on the time that you're going to spend doing it. It's all well and good. I'm saying to you, if fortune is made after 5, when after 5? Do you have a plan? Have you got a goal? When are you going to do it? Are you going to do it between times? Are you going to do it outside of times? Is it going to be 2 hours every evening, 3 hours every evening? Is it going to be 2 hours on a Saturday? Be really clear on the time you are going to do this side hustle. Because if you don't, time will just run away with you. You'll sort of find time to do everything else, and then nothing will happen. I'm telling you, I've seen it. I've seen it so many times. Number 6, and this is one key thing. Please, please listen to this one key thing. So many people that come to me that I coach for business coaching, executive coaching, training them to grow their brands and their businesses. And they come to me and they're like, Camilita, I want to leave my job and I want to hit this thing hard. I want to leave my job and I want to build this side hustle. And I say to them, okay, give me a clear plan and a clear listing and a clear system. How do you plan to do that? 99.9% of them have no plan, number 1, okay? And the other thing is I say to them, right, you want to do this, you want to make it work. Show me proof of concept. Show me proof of concept where it has worked in some capacity before you want to go off and go off in the sunset and build your big idea. And they have no proof of concept. So say before you do that, make sure that you don't have a mortgage to pay. You got kids to look after, you got family to look after, you got stuff to do. And sort of, sit with your family. If you want to do something like that, sit with your family, your wife, your kids, your family, and just tell them this is what and get their support. Now, you don't want people's approval, but you want to get their support if you're going to do this, because they will be affected. I guarantee they will be affected by this. So be really, really, really clear and make sure that it is a joint decision or a corporate decision in that case. And also tell your boss. Be really clear and tell your boss. Don't sort of wait until and just today you just tell your boss at the end of the day, I'm leaving today. Don't do people that. That's not right. We know what goes around comes around. Karma is such a bad thing. It's a good thing for some people, let me tell you, but it's such a bad thing. Okay? Tell your boss, this is what you plan to do. If you're brave enough and you're serious, you want to go off in the sunset and do it, tell them this is what you plan to do. Otherwise, do your due diligence first. Okay? And then the last thing that I will say, which is clear, your pricing. Are you clear on your pricing? Are you clear where money is going to be made? How much money is going to be made when? Have you got a marketing plan? Have you got a marketing budget? Have you got people on board, a sales team or a salesperson who is going to sell? Because at the end of the day, you need to sell. Who's going to sell? Who's going to sell what? Who's going to sell when, why, how? Who is going to sell this product, this brand, this service that you're putting forward? Where are you going to sell? Oh, bonus point. Where is your ideal clients? Where are they? Are they on online, offline? What age are they? What are they buying power? Is your product high end, low end, mid range? Where is it? Are you selling at 5 levels, 1 level? You got to be really clear on the sales and the marketing side of that new side hustle. Because if you're not, it will be a hobby. And then a hobby actually costs money. And also a hobby usually causes you to take your focus away from things that are meaningful or things that will actually generate revenue. Don't get caught up like so many people. Don't get caught up like so many people with their side hustle and think that this is going to be their thing, their ticket. Like me, I jumped. I went from one thing to the next. I just went. Not everybody have that mental fortitude and that stickability and that commitment to do it. And if you do, have those things in place. And when you do, work like a dog. Work it. A living is made from 9 to 5. A fortune is made after 5. Work it. You might have to put in 12, 16-hour days to start. You might have to do some of the things you don't really want to do, legal and moral, of course, to start. You might have to collaborate with others a lot more than you ever think you could, or you should, or you would. But you have no choice, because if you're willing to go for it and make that side hustle work, if you're willing to make that profitable, because I did, I did it. I just jumped and I made it happen. Then you need to be really clear on your marketing, your sales, your branding, and who you're going to work with. You need to be clear, because at the end of the day, if it's, you know my mantra, you guys know my mantra, if it's not making money, it's not making sense. You know that. Okay. So in order to make the side hustle profitable, follow those tips, those steps that I just mentioned, and ask for help if you need help with getting any of these things done. Just go to camilita.com and take my free entrepreneur assessment. Let me know how I can help you and I can support you, because I know you can do this too. I know that you can have a very profitable side hustle. I know, because I have done it, and I know you can do it too. Okay. I did it in the past several times over, and I know it can work. Don't forget, if you're looking for support and you want support on a monthly basis, weekly basis, we have a club called Global Champions Club. And for just $9.97 a month, you can join and you can get coached by trainers and speakers from across the globe. To join, all you need to do is go to camilita.club. Really simple, camilita.club, and join us. And let's make it happen. This is your moment for success. Don't shy away from your side hustle, but make sure you work it and make sure it's profitable, because it will pay you dividends in the future. Any questions? Send me a quick message. This is Camilita here from camilita.com, saying I'll see you soon. And with that side hustle, profitable, I will see you at the top.